hate this thumbnail. Hi guys, welcome back. This video is obviously about Brian Barczyk and the video he recently posted asking for donations for his aquarium. I'm going to explain all of my thoughts on this in a moment. But for right now, I'm John, this is Spencer, and you're watching Tipping Scales. Roll the intro. Oh, that's cute. Before I even get started, I want to make sure that you guys know that this video is not monetized. It will never be monetized. I would never try to get personal gain out of somebody else's misfortune, and that's not what I'm trying to do here. All I'm trying to do is use this platform to spread some information around, get a conversation going, and hopefully get a little more exposure. Okay, I had to put Spencer back because he's in breeding mode right now and he was being all sorts of a butthole. So he's back. Let's talk. I'll get into why the thumbnail hurts me, why it hurt me to make it, why I still used it. But first, let's talk about what we're here to talk about. So Brian Barczyk needs no introduction. I'm going to still introduce him just in case there's people here who don't know who he is. Though if you're here and you haven't been there, I don't know what you're doing here. So Brian is a larger-than-life OG reptile hobby icon, really, for my generation and many other generations. A lot of people grew up on Snake Bites TV. A lot of people have been watching his daily vlogs, have been to his reptarium. He's a huge success. But it didn't come without hiccups, it didn't come without controversy. Brian's actually a kind of a controversial figure because of some of his husbandry in the past, which I think he has grown immensely from that criticism, and I think his animals are incredibly well taken care of now, to just how eccentric he is on camera, how he's able to emote on camera. He is an educator and an entertainer. He's got over 3 million subscribers to his YouTube channel. He's got a huge fan base. His zoo, the Reptarium, is incredible. I would love to check it out someday. I don't know Brian personally, but I have seen a lot of testimonies to his character before any of this happened. And just from following him on YouTube and watching his videos, he seems to genuinely love his animals and want the best for them. You can tell he's passionate about what he does. He wants to educate. He wants other people to feel the way he does about reptiles. And I think that's pretty cool. So as we all know by now, Brian was unfortunately diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and the doctors have deemed it inoperable. Before he got this information, he had started construction on an aquarium across the street from the Reptarium, and many times he referred to it as his legacy project. So at about $1 million into building this aquarium, with another 1.5 coming from his savings, he got the news that he had cancer. This is a $5 million build, and the additional $2.5 million was supposed to come from the bank. As he explained in his video, he had a letter of intent, and they were banking on the bank to complete the project. But now, because his cancer, it is highly unlikely that the bank will give him the loan. So Brian took to YouTube, as he does every day, and asked for help. The first people to respond before he even posted the video was US ARC. That's right, the people that fight for your rights and my rights to keep these animals. They held an auction for him at Tinley this year and were able to raise $57,000 for Brian and his family. In an attempt to come up with the remaining $2.495 million, Brian has since posted a GoFundMe and did a video about it, explaining his finances, explaining the situation he's in, and asking for our help. For the most part, it's been received warmly. People have donated, and he made $120,000 in the first 24 hours. It hasn't been super well received by everyone though. Initially, I had screenshotted some of the negative comments, and I was going to address them here, but when I went back to get more, I noticed that those comments were missing, and I think that's because Brian and his team have removed those comments. And since this is a time that he really needs positivity and support, and not to focus on those negative comments, I'm not going to post them here. But I will give you the basic gist, and that is that it's basically rich people problems. Or like the comment in the thumbnail. There are people who don't have roofs over their heads, and we're giving donations to somebody to build an aquarium. A millionaire at that. The problem with that kind of whataboutism is that it takes any responsibility away from you. Brian's GoFundMe does not stop you from donating to another charity. If you are truly concerned about people who need homes, there are several organizations that would take your money to that end. This aquarium GoFundMe is not taking money away from anybody in need or any other charity. People aren't going, well, I was going to give $1,000 to St. Jude, but Brian needs an aquarium. No, those people were never going to give $1,000 to St. Jude. Or they already have. My point is that this passion project, this legacy project, has no bearing on anything but Brian and his family. And I say we help them out. Something I've noticed when it comes to successful people and people with a lot of eyes on them is that in a way they are a little divisive, just by merit of who they are. Because you have some people who like to hustle, who are inspired by people like Brian. And then you have other people who are jealous. They want what he has, but don't want to put the work in. They think, well, if I was that rich, I would do this, that, and the other thing. But they wouldn't, because they wouldn't even get up off the couch to get that rich. Whereas the people in the other camp look to the Brians of the world and they think, I want to be that guy. And I'm going to do what I can to be that guy. Brian is an inspiration. He is a mentor to so many people, some of whom he doesn't even know. I'm going to leave the link to the GoFundMe down in the description here. I'm also going to link Brian's video right here. And I'll be honest with you, it's a tearjerker. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I know it's kind of hard to keep up with the daily vlogs, but that one's worth watching. And now you can kind of see why I hate the thumbnail. It presumes to paint Brian in a bad light, and that's not what I want to do. But hopefully coming here and watching the rest of this video, you understand that now. But it is an unfortunate, necessary marketing tactic. It's used all across YouTube. It's used in our mainstream media constantly. People love controversy. They love drama. They want to have something to dislike or be afraid of, from killer bees to murder hornets, from Y2K to robots stealing our jobs. Every election, it's if you don't vote for this guy, it's going to destroy America. If you don't vote for that guy, it's going to destroy America. Every 4 years, it's the same scary story. People love drama. So I hope you can forgive me for this thumbnail. I doubt Brian will ever see this video, but if you do, forgive me. I think you're amazing, and I have so much respect for you. And we're praying for you and thinking about you, and I hope everyone shares that GoFundMe. You have touched so many people's lives. I hope you keep pushing on, and I hope you can realize this dream of building this aquarium. And if you guys haven't seen some of his recent vlogs, check them out. They're heartwarming, watching him teach his son how to run the Reptarium. Brian is not using this situation to rip people off. And I truly hope that everybody can see that. And even if you can't give much, if every one of his subscribers gave 87 cents, that'd be the 2.5 million. So I encourage you to do what you can. If you can't, send some positive vibes and some prayers. And hopefully he makes it through this. And again, I encourage you to share the GoFundMe, donate down below, comment positive and supportive things on his channel. And that's really all I got. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Oops.